Welcome to Travel Explorer, the travel program that explores South Africa, discovering weekend and holiday adventures that everyone can enjoy. Every week, our explorers will be bringing you 2 exciting new destinations.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and this week I'll be exploring the wonders of the wetlands in St. Lucia and the scenic beauty of its surrounding areas.
Thanks, Olivia. I'll be exploring the healing powers of the waters of Bella Bella, formerly known as warm baths, and I'll be dining out wild style. This week, Olivia explores the amazement and amusement of our natural world. And I find out what activities and action can be found in the Northwest.
This is the coastline of green and gold KwaZulu-Natal, otherwise known as the Elephant Coast. It is a nature lover's dream spot, an ideal getaway, and more than that, it is a story of sand and water, and how when the two come together, a wonderland occurs. To get here, you can either travel north or south on the N2. The lake itself is stretched out between Matuba and Mkhize and is on the eastern seaboard. To access the southern part of the lake, take the Matuba turnoff and then head on down to the sea. The lake itself takes up a sizable area of 360 square kilometers, and nothing can quite prepare you for the natural beauty of the area. From the roadside, all you can see are the distant dunes behind me, but there's little else that gives away the complexity of the ecosystems that exist here. This area forms a backdrop for a fascinating mosaic of lakes, waterways, freshwater pans, swampy forests, and of course wildlife, which has made it a firm favorite amongst everyone who's visited here. Already both the black and white Umfolozi rivers have joined, and it is here that they flow under the highway to their destination of St. Lucia. Although they might look mild-tempered, when it rains, this river becomes a raging torrent. The Umfolozi is one of the 5 rivers that empty into the lake. The white Umfolozi gets its name from the white sand it brings with it, and the black Umfolozi from the brown sand. And it's this sand which is one of the greatest threats to the lake, silting up. And that in fact can actually cause the lake to dry up. Initially, when early navigators explored this area, the lake was as deep as 20 meters, but since then it has been reduced to an average depth of more or less a meter. The fine balance between sand and water makes this area unique, and 2 of its wetlands have been proclaimed a World Heritage Site. Originally, this coastal terrace was a seabed, but millions of years ago the sea level changed and the lake took form, with the dunes shaping the present coastline. With the droughts and the inevitable flooding of the Umfolozi, the mouth of the river was moved and has to be dredged in an attempt to stop the silting process. St. Lucia is named after the Portuguese feast day St. Lucy, which happens on the 13th of December. And it was in 1575 that a Portuguese navigator came around the main headland, saw the beautiful area, and decided to call it St. Lucia.
Welcome to Bella Bella, or for those of you not up to speed on name changes, welcome to warm baths. For 130 years, this has been described as a place where you can bask in genial sunshine and soak up waters with marvelous, even miraculous curative powers. Since then, thousands of people have been drawn to the area, and those thousands have even turned into millions, attracting visitors from the world over. Situated just over an hour out of Gauteng, you travel north on the N1, then follow the signs to warm baths or Bella Bella. Though the mineral baths are the top attraction here, there are a host of activities that make this an invigorating holiday experience for the whole family. Set in a landscape of mountains, dams, and rivers, the area is home to the Big Five, as well as virtually every other savanna species of game found in South Africa, making it an ideal destination for game viewing and hiking. If you're the outdoors type who loves a little action, then between the Bella Bella Dam and the Aventura Forever Resort, you'll find everything you've ever wanted in water sports. Between the two, you can jet ski, row, water ski, and cable ski, a new innovation and the first of its kind in Africa. Plus, there are numerous other activities. Added to the activities on Bella Bella Dam itself, a further attraction are the shops and restaurants here at the waterfront. Here you can browse the antique and arts and crafts shops to your heart's content and finish off with a meal overlooking the picturesque dam. For the ladies, both young and young at heart, the little doll shop in Nalstrom is definitely worth a visit. Here you will find beautifully handcrafted dolls and witness the art of doll making. There are dolls of all shapes and sizes, from caricature to lifelike, that become a little girl's companion throughout childhood and quite often are passed on to the next generation. But the star attraction of Bella Bella or Warm Baths has got to be the Aventura Forever Resort, where I am now. And this is Anton from the resort. Anton, tell me a bit about the accommodation you have available here.
Hi, Marianne. We've got 45 hotel rooms, 124 self-catering chalets, and 285 caravan sites. Our chalets especially is very spacious, comfortable, and it creates a relaxed atmosphere.
The camping and caravan sites are nestled in scenic surroundings. Catering for the whole family, you'll find two of South Africa's favorite family restaurants, Spur and Panarottis. Plus a whole host of other activities ranging from action cricket through to go-karting and much more. Not forgetting water activities like cable water skiing, which incidentally was the very first of its kind in Africa. Also, there are pedal boats. And for the kids, there's the wave pool and the super tubes. And when it's too cold to swim, there's always the kiddies' play park. There are a whole host of other activities available here, such as horse riding, water skiing, game viewing, and much, much more. But for now, I'm just going to relax and soak up this gorgeous warm water.
As if we never left. Mama Miriam Makeva, oh, Chita Koja, Esalim Samsa, or Muno Farapo, Kutuza, Yakutuza.
No more. Someone put the fix on me.
Shall we dance? Now.
I've always understood that a lady could choose her partner.
A lady. Monsieur, I am committed to a year's support. Retired.
Did your wife know that your mistress is a 12-year-old child?
Lava, you stop bringing too many blacks to death. Election plate's gonna get mighty bad. There's no white folks to be feeling.
Wait, you're speeding, I can see.
No, Miss Jason, no, we only doing about 19 miles an hour.
I like to go under the speed limit.
Yeah, but the speed limit's 35, yeah.
The slower you go, the more you save on gas.
Hardly move. Go walk.
Welcome back. Well, I finished my soak in the health-giving hydro, and I'm feeling pretty relaxed. But I've decided to go the whole 9 yards and have a facial and a massage and maybe a pedicure too, and then I think I'll end off with a dip in the pool. With me and in charge of my well-being is Lorenza. So Lorenza, how long have you been here?
I've been with the company now about 1.5 years.
Tell me what you're going to do to me today.
Today we're going to do the hot stone massage. It's a neo well-being massage which helps with revitalizing you, but it also helps with the relaxation.
Feeling thoroughly relaxed after my hot stone massage, I was pampered further with a soothing facial followed by a spell in the steam room. Wow, a facial, a massage, and now this. I am so relaxed I could just drift off. I'm thinking maybe I should have left this for the end of the day. One thing I'm determined to try while I'm here is this African first, the cable water ski. This is my instructor for today, Donnie. And Donnie, look, I haven't done this in a really long time, so what pointers do you have for me?
Okay, it's really easy. Just sit here with your knees in here.
Okay. As my first attempt in a long time, I decided to start off on my knees. Much less distance to fall. Amazingly, I didn't lose my balance, just my grip. Still, I was pretty pleased with myself. But if you want the exhilaration without the concentration, then a foofy slide is the answer. A getaway in the warm baths area doesn't necessarily mean a stay over at Aventura. If you prefer something more tranquil, but still with plenty to do, there are excellent game lodges in the area, like Shakama. From Aventura, take Roble Street. Follow the road for about 35 kilometers, and you'll find the entrance to Shakama on your left. Nestled in the Waterberg Mountains, Shakama's motto is recover your soul. In a setting as beautiful as this, Shakama is the ideal place to refresh and recover, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. The accommodation here consists of 10 thatched, fully serviced, luxurious suites to relax in. The focal point of the social activities is the dining room, bar, and lounge that open out into a large wooden deck. Activities offered to guests in the lodge consist of pool, volleyball, swimming, and clay pigeon shooting. The Shakama game farm itself is 640 hectares and home to zebra, blesbok, waterbuck, bushbuck, and a host of other species of game. A perfect setting for bush drives, walking trails, and mountain biking. Sean Weaver has just aroused my curiosity in regards to the flora around here. Described as a walking encyclopedia, Sean is a ranger here at Shakama, and he's just been telling me how the Bushmen used to use this landscape as a kind of walk-in pharmacy. So, Sean, what do I do with that?
Right, Miriam. This is called a guari bush, and one of the uses for this guari bush is as a toothbrush. Believe it or not.
No way. I disapprove. Come, show me more.
Okay.
And now for me, the highlight of my day. Hi, Lucas. Thank you.
Can I go find some wine?
I'd love some. Thank you so much. That's lovely. Dinner in the bush, courtesy of Shakama. And I can't think of a more romantic way to spend an evening. Now, if only I had someone to share it with me.
Evening, Miriam.
Hello, boy. Cheers.
If you turn off the main coastal highway on the way to St. Lucia, you'll come across this little town, Matuba. There are two interpretations of the name. Firstly, he who is pummeled out, referring to a difficult birth. The other, the creator of opportunities, the latter being the more popular of the two. Being in the heartland of the Mfolozi, the soil here is rich and perfect for planting sugar. So the area is rich with the history of the industry, and as you can see behind me, the fields are a perfect example of how man can transform a countryside. St. Lucia is the southernmost hub of the wetland that gives access to the lake and beaches in the area, and is one of the more popular spots. What makes this town so well liked is that it is one of the few places where you can get all types of fuel. There are shops where you can stock up on those necessary items, but the main thing is that there is a lot to offer in the way of accommodation. There are camp and caravan sites, B&Bs, a hotel, and for those inclined, there are holiday houses that you can rent. This town is ideally situated and has many exciting things to offer the visitor. My first stop is the St. Lucia Croc Centre. Effectively, this was once a swampland, which is why the crocodile is so prolific around here. The center is dedicated to researching and preserving this and other creatures, and they have an impressive collection of some of the most venomous snakes in South Africa. It is also a place where you can be introduced to how these reptiles survive. There are 3 types of African crocodiles, the Nile crocodile being the biggest and most prolific, the dwarf crocodile, and the long snout. St. Lucia is the only place in the world where 3 creatures with fearsome jaws coexist, the croc, hippo, and Zambezi shark. The most exciting time to come to the croc farm is at feeding time, because that is when you see how quick and powerful these creatures really are. You would be forgiven if you thought that the only place to do this was in the Cape, but here we are, off the Natal coast, to do some whale watching. The fact is that whales migrate around the whole of the South African coastline on their annual trip to Mozambique, and Adventure Charter is the only permitted boat in the area that can approach these whales. There is absolutely nothing like getting up this close to these Goliaths. I mean, I can't even put it into words. It is a memory I am definitely never going to forget. A trip to sea always manages to clear out those cobwebs, and in itself is an absolutely awesome experience. But unfortunately, time to head back to the coast. The beaches here at St. Lucia are magnificent, but ever since the 4x4 ban on the beach, it's taken a bit of an enthusiastic fisherman to get here. But as you can see, it's well worth the effort. But no stop at a town like this would be complete without a visit to the craft centre. And remember, it's always a good idea to go proudly South African and support the locals. It's my food. The big food. These shops always have something uniquely African to offer. Well, while I'm deciding what to buy, remember that you can get any information on any of the destinations we've been to at our website on www.travelexplorer.co.za. Remember, that's Travel Explorer with an X. Next, we'll be heading up the coast.
No, it can't be. But how? You've been gone for 4 years since the first season of Crux, and now you're back to take my show. But how?
This is like I've been gone for generations.
And now what do you want?
I'm back to host the new season of Crux.
That's what you think. Not that precious.
And our precious Simelani, as you can see, have made it safe and sound to the Crux studios, no thanks to Thokozani.
But aside from my new face, there's also a new slot in the program for your viewing pleasure.
That's right, with Arts Lezinto, I'll be giving you the lowdown on all the family-friendly arts and entertainment near you.
So if you love detective novels and police drama, this one's for you. We've got lineups, interrogations, the good guys, the bad guys, the works.
When I was young, I used to spend hours just scouring little rock pools like this for miniature aquatic life. I suppose it's funny how some things never change. The coastline here has a wealth of these pools to keep you or one of the junior family members occupied. Another place well worth a visit is here to Mission Rocks. It makes an impressive marine shelf at low tide, but for the more energetic amongst you, you can head south to Peria Rocks. To get here, travel through the gate at St. Lucia marked for Cape Vidal. Travel up and along the gravel road that is quite bumpy for a distance of about 16 kilometers, and you will find the entrance to Mission Rocks. I've decided to head north, and with me is Anton from St. Lucia Kayak Safaris. And Anton's going to be showing me around. Anton, shall we go?
Let's head up to the cave.
When doing this walk, make sure that you are suitably kitted out. Be sure to have water on you. Your shoes should always be good hiking ones, and always check with the locals about conditions. This walk should only be attempted at low tide. This is KwaZulu-Natal Park Sport Country, so you can always speak to them. Okay, so you do have to be relatively fit, but it's well worth it. And this is what we're here for, Bats Cave. The cavern is home to one of the few nesting colonies of fruit bats in the country. These huge bats are migratory, but because of the bountiful vegetation in the area, this cave forms one of their favorite sites. Although these fruit bats are nocturnal and don't have a great sense of sight, they have an excellent sense of smell and hearing. So it's a good idea to keep quiet. It is important to remember that this area is teeming with wildlife, some of the most dangerous in Africa. I mean, there are crocs on the water that can hold their breath for up to 45 minutes. So if you don't see them, doesn't mean they're not there. Hippos are also extremely dangerous and can be found long distances from the shore. So always remember, safety first, and if you're not sure, check. On the way up to Mission Rocks from St. Lucia, you get a wonderful view of the lush and pristine dune forests, as well as Catalina Bay. This is Mount Tabor, and essentially it is still part of the dune system. An interesting fact about it is that it was used as a radar tower by the RAF during the Second World War. And this is another exquisite view site, and if you're really lucky, you might even be able to spot whale breaching the water. But now it's time to travel back to Marianne in Bela Bela, the place where water springs warmly from the earth.
No, it's not Wimbledon. It's Warm Baths, or just outside. I'm at Dutton Strawberry Farm where, well, they grow strawberries. It's run by Pierre and Anaretta de Toy, and chances are if you've eaten a strawberry, it has probably grown here. Dutton produces organically grown strawberries for some of the major South African chain stores, as well as making their own strawberry products. Aside from selling to the retail trade and letting the public pick their own strawberries, Dutton Farm has its own farm stall where they sell, among other things, their own delicious strawberry jam. Well, here I am picking my very own strawberries, and it really is fun. It's such a lovely, different way to spend a morning or an afternoon with the family out in the fresh air. Another strawberry favorite is Dutton's cheesecake. Pierre and Anaretta are now thinking of commercially producing strawberry mampur. I think it's just as well I can't sample any because I have to get on to my next destination, which is Klein Kariba, a holiday resort and game lodge rolled into one. With accommodation that ranges from private mountain chalets and lakeside cabins through to holiday flats and a massive, comprehensive caravan park, this is a holiday getaway for everyone. Here you can experience life in the bush, or you can indulge in any of the other varied activities the resort has to offer. For example, you might be in the heart of the bushveld, but that won't stop you surfing the net in Klein Kariba's very own internet cafe. But if you want something a little more active, there are a number of heated and non-heated pools, a trampoline and water slides for the little ones. Pedal boats, well, the list is endless. For those who value the outdoors, there's plenty to explore in the bush. And bring your fishing rod, because you can spend a stunning afternoon catching your own dinner in these picturesque surroundings. My last destination today is Tabapitsi Nature Reserve and L'Orange Bleu Restaurant. This being a 4-star lodge and L'Orange Bleu being the top restaurant in the Northern Province, there are no self-catering facilities available here. So leave your pots and pans at home. The accommodation is luxurious, and the accent is in combining outdoor activity with nature. You can do everything from horse riding, through quad biking, to taking a quiet walk among the buck. And accompanied by a ranger, you can experience the bush by day or by night, viewing game at close quarters. For me, la cerise sur le gâteau is dinner here at L'Orange Bleu. Many, many thanks to Mark and Natalie, who moved here from Belgium, bringing with them a touch of European elegance to bush dining. And food that has really made the gastronomical world stand up and take notice. Cheers. Next week, Olivia continues exploring the St. Lucia wetlands, while I get up close and personal with nature and sample pleasure and glamour in the Pilanesberg.